So good. I forgot about the horseradish. It's awesome. Now I'm not supposed to talk with my mouth full, but I can't help myself. Like, I'm thinking poolside, big, bold, miniature bites. Yeah, I love a Triscuit. I really do. You know what I mean? I hear people smoking them, this and that. You can't. I'm not gonna smoke a Triscuit, okay? But I do want to talk about big, bold, blistering sears on beef using the soapstone, one of my favorite accessories for the Kamado, and doing this kind of Jamaican play on a lovely appetizer from my wife's side of the family. Let's get into the action. So today's grill setup is very interesting and extremely useful, all right? It is a culinary jungle gym today. We're gonna put that soapstone on the lowest setting of the divide and conquer system. Notice how I like to put it on a grill grate just to make sure it's supported, because that is a real stone. So we just wanna make sure we give a little extra support underneath. Then we're gonna put in a deflector shield. Let's get some smoke going actually. Let's put a piece of hickory in, then our deflector shield, and a grill grate at the highest portion of the divide and conquer system. So we've got direct big bold sear on one side, and then semi-indirect / smoking on the other. Now that we've got a nice combusted piece of hickory, let's go ahead and season up our cream cheese and sneak it onto that grill grate and get some big, bold, beautiful smoke on it. The key here with this cream cheese is just smoke adherent on the top layer. We don't want it to separate, so let's go ahead and bring it off, whip it together, fully incorporate that smoke, that seasoning, and the rest of the body of the cream cheese. Let's let it rest and just tack up, kind of firm up a little bit longer. We've got a really nice grass-fed filet here that I've actually split into two little what's called tornadoes, all right, small pieces of filet. Let's go ahead and get a little spellbound on both sides there. I like the sugar content here because I want some amazing caramelization. Soapstones come to temperature. Let's get a little oil on that stone and then place them right on there. Big, bold, beautiful sear. I want crust, but I want to keep it rare. Season it up, sear it, flip it. Fantastic. Team, don't overthink this. Again, we just want a big, bold, beautiful crust. Season, sear, flip, stack, off, rest. Easy peasy. We've let the fillets rest for just a little bit. Really just they're cooling down, okay? We're gonna put them in a Ziploc bag here and kind of spread them out. And now the idea, remember, we got this big, bold sear. We're not gonna keep that open towards ourselves, but we're gonna use this cleaver and some weight and just kind of knock it flat, okay? I want thin rollable pieces here.
I didn't know you could do it just like that.
It's like a flat. Yeah, it's almost like a carpaccio to an extent, but a seared exterior. You can imagine that kind of mechanical tenderization that we just did. This is going to be super tender. I mean, it's already the sociable steak, right? The filet. But now I want to cut it into pieces that we can roll it up. So I'll just kind of slice right down the middle here. And let's do that. Let's do it into kind of triangles or quarters, if you will. We'll do the same thing with this one, here and here. Okay, now we're gonna start thinking about building these little Triscuit poolside bites that I absolutely love. So let's get our presentation plate. Now we're gonna use 2 spoons. We could get super fancy and make canals and cool this down, but I like kind of this almost warmer than room temperature deal, and we just want that right on top. So we'll keep our distance this time, just drop it right on top. Perfect. It's okay if it gets a little messy. And you can build this on the cutting board and then transition it if you wanted to. Now this horseradish will open up those nasal passages, right? This is a big, bold, but traditional pairing with filet. So really nice. Goes with that big, bold, steaky idea here. And now that we've got all our horseradish on there, just a little dollop will do you. Now we go on with our Pickapeppa. All right, this is our Jamaican kind of roasted malty oak barrel flavor. There's a lot of fun stuff here. Oh my gosh, this is just almost falling apart. And remember, bite-sized pieces here. It's already got a sear, it's already got big bold flavor. And we're just gonna hide all that little bit and give it a little positive pressure. Just think of, yeah, beautiful. Yeah, just think about a friend grabbing that and taking a bite and just being surprised by everything underneath it. It looks like a steak bite, but then bam, here comes the smoked cream cheese. Bam, here comes the horseradish. Booyah, there goes the Pickapeppa. I've got some fun little microgreens here that just give it that little elegant touch. If you can find them in multiple color, like bull's blood, that's a lot of fun. These happen to be micro broccoli, and they've actually got a little bit of spice to them, which is nice. There you go, come on. Another fun little bit of garnish trick I'll do is take some of these greenery and kind of deconstruct the flavors we already have going on. So let's put a Let's put a little Pickapeppa dressing on there, maybe a little shot of the seasoning. And now we've got this fun little salad. Instead of doing this line down right in the center, perhaps it kind of tapers off. Isn't that nice? Feel like Bob Ross right there. Yet another example of simple things done perfectly win every time. Smoke on the cream cheese, big sear on the tornado filet, a little microgreen. That is magic. Let's give it a go. I'm seeing textural contrasts. I'm seeing big bold flavors. I'm overthinking it, right? It just has to work. It just has to be delicious. So good. I forgot about the horseradish. It's awesome. Now, I'm not supposed to talk with my mouth full, but I can't help myself. Like, that is the summertime bite. That's the bite for the summertime, all right? Poolside, oceanside, lakeside, on a boat, in a baby pool, whatever you like. You know, do it. That is a lot of fun. And of course, you can go for the little salad. Really nice. Do this at home. Don't be the one of these recipes where you're just like, oh yeah, this is great, it's great. Try this. It's super simple, super fun. Like, subscribe, do leave us a comment. We love reading and responding back to those. And as always, from our backyard to yours, cheers and happy grilling.